Hey there, food adventurers, and welcome back to our YouTube channel Healthy Family First. Today, we're diving headfirst into the culinary world's dark side, because we've got a list that's both terrifying and tantalizing. Yep, you guessed it. We're talking about the top 10 most dangerous foods you need to know, so, brace yourself and hit that subscribe button if you're ready for some foodie thrills. 1. Fugu, the Japanese thrill. First up on our list, we've got the infamous fugu fish from Japan. This bad boy comes with a license to thrill, literally. One wrong move during its preparation, and you're saying sayonara. The fugu contains deadly tetrodotoxin in its organs, which can paralyze your entire body and leave you pushing up daisies. But if you're in the hands of a skilled chef, this delicacy is a mind-blowing experience. They know how to cut out the deadly bits, leaving you with a dish that's equal parts delicious and daring. 2. Cassava, the cyanide surprise. Now, speaking of deadly delights, ever heard of the humble cassava root? It's a staple in many parts of the world but hides a secret. If it's not prepared correctly, it's packing enough cyanide to knock your socks off. Tread carefully, folks. To make cassava safe to eat, you gotta peel it, soak it, and cook it thoroughly to eliminate the toxic compounds. So, next time you're chowing down on cassava fries, just know that someone had to put in a whole lot of work to make them safe and scrumptious. 3. Pufferfish, the culinary high wire act. Then, there's the poisonous pufferfish. You may think it's all fun and games until you end up paralyzed and, well, you know. But in the right hands, it's like dining on pure adrenaline. Only licensed chefs are allowed to prepare this aquatic daredevil, and they train for years to ensure they don't serve you a deadly bite. The tetrodotoxin lurking in this fish can make your last meal a memorable one, so always double-check your chef's credentials before going all in on pufferfish. 4. Ackee, the Jamaican fruit with a twist. Next on the menu, the ackee fruit from Jamaica. It's so tasty that it's often dubbed the vegetable brain. But it contains a toxin called hypoglycin, which could leave you with a bad case of projectile vomiting, followed by coma and, in some cases, death. So, don't go picking it off trees, okay? To safely enjoy this tropical treasure, you've got to let it ripen naturally and carefully remove the toxic bits before cooking it into a delicious dish like ackee and saltfish. It's a fine line between food heaven and food poisoning. 5. Casu marzu, Italy's maggot cheese. Let's take a trip to the casu marzu cheese from Italy, where maggots are the secret ingredient. Yep, you heard me right. This cheese is alive. It's illegal in many countries, and no wonder. One bite, and you might be taking an unexpected protein supplement. The cheese is left to rot, and when it's at its most maggot-infested stage, it's considered ready to eat. But, here's the catch, the maggots can jump up to 15 centimeters. So, if you're brave enough to try this, keep your eyes on your plate, folks. Or maybe not, the wiggling adds extra flavor, right? 6. Raw cashews, not so raw. Ever tried raw cashews? Spoiler alert. They're not raw. They're always steamed because the shell contains a nasty chemical called urushiol, which can cause skin rashes and severe reactions, similar to poison ivy. Handling cashews in their natural state is like volunteering for a not-so-fun game of itchy hands. So, it's safe to say you won't be snacking on these straight from the tree anytime soon. 7. Avocado pits, a heart-stopping surprise. Okay, you know how avocados are all the rage? Well, their pits contain a toxin that can cause heart palpitations. No guacamole for you if you start munching on those. But hey, the creamy part is safe, and that's all we really care about, right? The pit contains a substance called persin, and while it's not deadly in small amounts, it's definitely not something you want to be chomping on. Playfully shaking a finger. 8. Death cap mushroom, the killer fungus. Up next, we've got the death cap mushroom. It's not called death cap for nothing, folks. It's responsible for more mushroom-related poisonings and deaths than any other species. A toxin called amatoxin found in these little fellas can lead to severe liver and kidney damage, and it's one of the deadliest mushrooms out there. So, don't go foraging unless you've got a PhD in mycology. 9. Dragon fruit, fiery, but not always friendly. Now, remember that fiery dragon fruit? It's generally harmless, but for some folks, it can lead to a bout of digestive distress. Dragon fruit contains a high fiber content that might catch your tummy off guard, especially if you're not used to it. So, make sure you're not chowing down on a whole bushel, okay? A little fiery fruit here and there can add some exotic flair to your diet. 10. Blood clams, a slimy seafood hazard. And last but not least, we have the blood clams. They're not just a seafood delicacy, they also come with the bonus of potential hepatitis. So, if you're planning a trip to Mexico, maybe stick to the tacos instead. Blood clams are notorious for filtering water polluted with nasty bacteria and viruses, and that's not the kind of extra seasoning you want with your seafood. Make sure they're cooked thoroughly, and you might avoid a seafood horror story. And there you have it, our top 10 most dangerous foods you need to know. Don't forget, guys, the key to enjoying these foods is doing your research and, when in doubt, always trust a skilled chef. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, if you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more food adventures. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe out there, foodies.